Hello everyone, I'm workers' compensation and personal injury trial lawyer William Underwood, and I want to talk to you today about what's called the posted panel of physicians for Georgia workers' compensation claims. Now, when you're injured on the job in Georgia, your employer is required by law, if your employer is not a farm or has 3 or more employees, to have what's called the posted panel of physicians. And all the posted panel of physicians is a list of doctors that your employer is required to have posted in a prominent place on the work premises. And there's certain requirements that your employer has to meet for this list of doctors in order for it to be valid and in order for it to be enforceable. The panel or the list of doctors is just a way for your employer to control the medical treatment you receive in the event that you're injured on a workers' compensation claim. But as I mentioned, there's certain requirements they have to meet in order for the panel to be valid and in order for them to require you to treat with the doctor on that list. The first requirement is that they actually have a panel or list of doctors posted somewhere. And the other requirement is that one of the doctors on that list actually be an orthopedic surgeon, and that no more than 2 of the physicians or clinics listed on the panel be industrial clinics. The other requirement that your employer is supposed to meet is to ensure that you understand the function of the panel, that you're allowed to select a doctor from that list if you're injured on the job, and to also ensure that you're able to receive medical treatment from a doctor that's on that list. If they don't meet these requirements, a huge benefit for injured workers is that you're allowed to select any physician that you choose to provide treatment for your workers' compensation claim. So if you've been injured on the job, the first thing to know is that your employer should have this list of doctors, and that they can't require you, they can't pick the doctor for you. They may do that, but you're allowed to select one of the 6 doctors from that list. The other important thing is that once you've started treatment with one of the doctors on that list, you're allowed to change one time from another doctor or to another doctor on the list without the board authorizing it or without having to do anything other than tell your employer or the insurance adjuster you want to change to another doctor on the list. So if you have been injured on the job in Georgia, I recommend that you make sure your employer has a list of doctors that meets the requirements, and also I highly recommend letting an attorney look at this list of doctors to find the best doctor for you on the list, or to make sure that your employer has met all the requirements it needs to meet for the list to be valid. Being in control of the medical treatment in a workers' compensation claim is perhaps the most important thing that can take place in the claim. Being able to select the doctor, being able to get out and control the medical treatment is a huge benefit if you're able to invalidate a panel or a list of doctors. And it's just one thing to be aware of. If you are injured, make sure your employer has a list of doctors. If they don't, let them know that you want to select a physician of your choice. If they don't or are not agreeable to that, I recommend seeking legal counsel, or even letting legal counsel look at the list of doctors your employer does have posted. It's one of the first things I always do for my workers' compensation clients, is to alert them to the existence of this list of doctors, and also to request a copy of it to look at it to see who the best doctor on the list is. And if you've been injured on the job in Georgia, feel free to call us for a free case review. Again, my name is William Underwood. I can be reached at 229-888-0888. And please note that this video does not form any type of attorney-client relationship. In order for me to represent you, a written contract has to be executed. And wish you luck in your workers' compensation claim. And if you've been injured, I'm sorry that's happened, and wish you luck. Thanks.